Hello everyone, for today's Vlogmas, I'm going to show you how I do my lash clusters. I use this random brand from Amazon. I really like what they got, and these are all the supplies that I use. For my glue, I use the Lilac Street Eternal Bond and the Crystal Coat to seal everything together, Before I even get started with applying the lashes too, I like to line them up based on what sizes I'm going to do and the order I'm going to put them in. So first I curl my lashes and I try to curl like all the way down the length of my whole lash. This is what the one looks like on the Lilac Street glue. I like to wipe a little bit off so that it doesn't get everywhere, and then I just brush a really light coat all over my lashes. I know some tutorials and videos out there show that you should only put it on the base of your lash. I like to put it on the entire thing. That's just my preference. Do what works for you, and it might take some trial and error as well, because this has taken me quite a few tries to get it all down. Okay, so here I am going back and applying more glue on the base of my lashes, just to make sure that everything sticks well and stays on as long as I want it to stay on. And then I also like to brush through my lashes a little bit with a spoolie so that the lashes don't look clumpy either. This is how I hold the lash with the tweezers. I will hold it so that the curve is pointing away from me, if that makes sense. And then I just plop them on there. I try to get as close to my lash line as possible without actually going on my lash line. And then I like to press in the lash cluster to my natural lash. And I'll check after every single cluster that I put on that the position is correct. So I'll just go the whole length of my lash, cluster by cluster, and you could tell it's not perfect every single time, so I have to go back, fix it, press it in, all of that stuff. And then what I like to do too is squeeze my natural lash to the lash cluster to make sure they stick. So here I am, one by one, like I said, just keep going. And I like to look down into a mirror and then also lift my eyelid up so that I can see exactly where I'm placing each lash cluster. Also, since these are DIY lash clusters at home, I don't expect them to be perfect every time. Like this lash right here that I just put, I felt like it was a really big jump in size and length, and so I was trying to fix it and make it look, better. And I just thought, you know what, it's good enough. When I get to the outer corner of my lash line, I do have to change my angle a little bit in how I approach it with the tweezers. So you can see I kind of switch like where I'm coming from with my other hand, and then I push up from there. And that's what it looks like. I also squeeze together all the lashes one more time all together with an eyelash curler. And this is actually what I consider the hardest part of lash clusters. Not even actually applying the lash clusters, it's getting all the lashes inside the lash curler. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to apply the lash clusters with no cuts, no edits here. This is me doing them in real time, how I usually do them. You will see at the end though, I counted out one too many lash clusters for my other eye, so I did end up removing it so that it looked a little bit more evened out. So just depending on where I place the lashes, starting from the inner corner, based on the eye shape, based on the look that I'm going for that day, I might use less lash clusters on one eye than I do on the other eye. But for the most part, the process is exactly the same. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now and just play some generic music over this. Enjoy! Okay, this is the finished look. That was me just doing my final touches. I really like how they turned out. Can you tell I was feeling myself? Thanks for watching. Bye. Here's my sad attempt at a wink.